It's called "Are You Ready for a Sequel?" Yes, I am ready for the sequel. So bring it out. I don't care. Whoever's making it, make it. I don't care. You know what? Even if you make it Gears of War style, Gears of War RTS, I would still buy it. Make it the same as Halo Wars, the same controls. I would buy it.
Just to give some fodder for the PC people who could potentially rail on it. I mean, I had a great time with Halo Wars, but every so often I would notice a couple little things that I think if it were on PC it would probably be there, like creating command groups, for example. I mean, you could cycle through your units really well in Halo Wars, but things like that, and then also the simplification of the have to build your base in a specific spot instead of being able to build it, all over the place.
Yeah.
I mean, those little things annoyed me, but ultimately they didn't really detract from the game experience. It was a great time.
Yeah, I played a lot of RTSs my day. I could sit all day and list them. I mean, as far as the console PC translation goes, I just gotta say, and I'll say this all the time, especially with Halo Reach coming out, I mean, Bungie has never made a bad Halo game. I mean, you could say whatever you want about all the Halo games that come out, but Halo 1, 2, 3, ODST, and Halo Wars...
Halo Wars is not made by Bungie.
Oh yeah, good point. Alright, let me put it this way. There's never been a bad Halo game. I mean, honestly, you look at it, to this point, Halo has... It has been good. I mean, all the experiences have been great. I mean, no matter what they do, no matter what developer or whatever happens with Halo, it always has been a great experience. So, I mean, I'm happy to see translations to the console and the PC with RTSs, especially if it's done with something as great as Halo. My favorite RTS is one you've never heard of. It's called Impossible Creatures. That was made... Yeah, Twisted actually introduced me to this game back in the day. Oh man.
Before Doom?
Middle school.
Yeah, we were actually in middle school when I started playing this game. It's so great. I'm not gonna go down the discography of Impossible Creatures, but it was made by Relic. You can buy it right now for like $3.
If you can find it.
Amazon.com. I've seen it. It's great. Honestly, a great game. But I mean, RTSs on the PC have always been a little bit more in depth, and Impossible Creatures gives a little bit of that. Sins of Solar Empire gives a lot of that. And it's simplified a little on the console, and it's good because it's a little bit more lean on the console, and it appeals to a console game just by the way it's able to handle all the controls and stuff. I'm excited to see more stuff on the console in the RTS. I'm really excited to see what developers have to come up with to get RTSs the next step ahead. And they really can run with the big guns on the PCs, like the Dawn of Wars, the Sins of Solar Empire. I mean, just in the experience itself, not looking at all the details, but in the experience itself, these are really well-made games on a console. And I'm excited to see more. I'm excited to see a lot more coming out of the console RTS market.
I'm sorry to jump down your throat, Tim, but one thing I'd just like to point out.
Don't say Impossible Creatures is not in depth.
I've played Impossible Creatures and I've played Halo Wars, and if I had to say what is more in depth, I would say Halo Wars is far more in depth.
For different reasons. I was going to go down the way of making your own very intricate army and combining the creatures the way that Impossible Creatures does. I mean, that's what's in depth. It's not the actual playing, because honestly, you just throw your units into the base and they just destroy. I mean, because if you have the tide of war, you pretty much won. But honestly, it's really about making that perfect army that has everything and the exact selection of units you want to put in, and that combination and like the special abilities and things like that. Like that's what makes and breaks it. Like that's what makes that game in depth, and that's what makes you really think in that game. It's not really the strategy so much, because I mean, honestly, the only strategy of moving your units around is how fast they are, how slow they are, when they can get there, timing your units. That's all that's about. And it's honestly the takedowns in the base are simple, but it's that perfect army when you finally nail it. And you get the army, and there's expansions out there too, and that just makes it more complicated. But when you finally nail that perfect army, and you just know you can destroy, it's great. It's a great feeling, and that's what I think is in depth. Halo Wars has its depth in different areas, and that's what I was trying to get at.
Oh, never mind.
Cut off.
No,
Oh wait, I just remembered. I'm sorry. I just remembered because I was listening to 10 Tim 10 and I just lost my place. What I like about, before I let Twisted take the mic here, Rannxz, which is being developed by Ubisoft, is an RTS, and apparently don't use this against me because I don't know if it's true. It's a rumor. Supposedly it's supposed to use Project Natal with it. It's supposed to have Project Natal support. So that's another thing that we might have over the PC gamers is the use of our hands.
Oh, because apparently as PC gamers can't use our hands. We have to play with our elbows.
You use your fingers.
Well, actually, Sony did something with their wand thing where they like circled units in an RTS, like one of those stupid demos they did at those game conventions. So they circled their units, and they circled their units, and then like they moved them around and stuff like that. That was pretty cool. I thought that was interesting, how that was done. Just anyway, Twisted, you can go ahead and get your point down.
All right. Well, I find the games on console, they work fine, but I just think RTSs are just generally, they would just work better on a PC. I mean, let's go down to the very basics. Your controls. On a controller, you have 14 buttons on average. Different consoles may have different amounts, but 14 buttons, which most of you can't remap. Okay, some of them are just stuck the way they are. Some things you can make acclimate to the way you want. On a PC, you have 113 buttons to mess with, and you can make them whatever you want.
Did you sit there and count all the buttons on a
yes,
keyboard?
Before this show, I went and counted all the buttons on my keyboard. There are 113.
I could have just looked it up.
Checked it in on Yahoo Answers.
Yeah, so there are 113, and you can remap them to anything
Plus
you
the
want.
mouse.
And,
Which
and then I looked up all the words I can make with the
I can just imagine you sitting at your computer like 1, 2.
That was me this morning.
Crap, I misspelled it.
And you can make these whatever you want. I mean, so this way you just have so much control over your army, and especially in games with like Sins of a Solar Empire or Dawn of War, where your armies become enormous and you literally have to pan your screen just to find the rest of it. I mean, it just gives you so much control.
The hotkeys, that definitely,
Yes.
that's RTS, a lot of hotkeys.
Yes, I mean pretty much like when you look at if you go back and you see like fast-paced like hardcore StarCraft. I mean, if you see like hardcore StarCraft, all it is people just running around and just slamming hotkeys and just things just happen on
the
screen.
Koreans playing StarCraft.
The Korean StarCraft, where they don't even have to look at the screen. They're just sitting there, just pressing keys, and just stuff happens, and they win. They just win. And
That's incredible.
I mean, you just can't do
StarCraft
that
community
on a
down there.
console. I mean, I'm not saying the console ones are bad. Console ones are fine. I just think RTS is better on your PC.
I agree that it's better on the PC overall, but the ones on the console have to be respected for what they are, and I mean they can provide an excellent gaming experience. And I wouldn't say they're ever going to win like a best RTS at a VGA or something like that. I don't think they deserve that, but they definitely deserve to be great selling games because they're very well done, especially when they're Halo. No matter what. All right. Anyway, we're gonna wrap this up. We're gonna get down to our winners, losers of the week, and viewer question, our top 3. So I'm gonna start with my winner of the week. We're gonna go around the table with just our winners, and we'll go around again with our losers. So for me, my winner of the week is Robert Bowling, who you probably don't know, but he's.
I know him.
You do?
Yeah, personal.
Had
too.
lunch. Had lunch last.
Wonderful friend.
Anyway,
Great chess player.
Anyway, he works on Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, and he recently tweeted that there is some DLC coming for the Modern Warfare 2.
I hope it's not the new game mode that they already had included in the game they just never finished.
I'm hoping for Spec Ops. I
agree.
If more Spec Ops missions and maybe some more map types, and then maybe a couple more game modes. Not bad. It's not a bad thing. But in the end, anything with Call of Duty and the word "more" next to it. I mean, more Call of Duty. It can't get any better. So I mean, it's great.
Spelled the regular way or the computer way?
No. So anyway, I'm just happy that there's some DLC coming to the best-selling game. for the 2009 definitely, and definitely probably run up there for all time. I don't know the numbers, but I